Hey, what's up folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noel Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit, and joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
Good morning everybody, I'm Pedro's Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we're here to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right, this is a show where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects. We're hanging out in the Discord chat room. If anyone would like to join us while we're doing the show live, you can hit us up, ask any questions throughout the show in the live broadcast chat room. That's what it's called. And the invite link for that is discord.gg/Adafruit. We'll take a moment to welcome everybody to the show. Hello and welcome to the show.
Good morning. We're giving shout outs to the Doctor, Mr. Certainly Bruce, Yanni, Don K, Blitz City DIY,
Liz, hello.
Andy Calloway, Jim Hendrickson, Alvaro 82.
Hello.
We're also hanging out in the Twitch, on Facebook, on Periscope, and LinkedIn. Good morning, good afternoon, evening, and night to everybody hanging out all over the world. Let's go ahead and jump into this week's show.
Cool. Yeah, let's do some housekeeping. We'll start it off with some freebies. So if you go to adafruit.com/free, you can see all of the free deals that are going on while supplies last, of course. Similarly to last week, we'll just repeat it this week again. For orders that are $99 or more, we'll get a free half-size Perma Proto breadboard. For orders that are $149 or more, you get that Perma Proto board, as well as a randomly selected Stemma QT. And if you have a registered account with Adafruit, we'll make sure that you don't get the same one twice. And then for orders that are $200 or more, you get the free Stemma QT board, the Perma Proto board, and free UPS ground shipping for US Continental only. For orders that are $299 or more, you get the free ground shipping, you get the Stemma QT board, the Perma Proto, and a Circuit Playground Express. Yeah, you can get as many freebies as you like, and it's limited time. But check out adafruit.com/free for all the deets. Yes, yes. Okay, we'll do some newsletter discussion here. Adafruit.com/newsletters, we can get subscription to a once-a-week newsletter that gets sent to your email inbox. If you do choose so, you can subscribe to it by heading over to adafruit.com/newsletter, and this one's focused on all the products that get added on the weekly. For daily content, that's adafruitdaily.com. You can check out and subscribe to a number of different categories, such as Python on hardware, 3D printing, biohacking, maker business, and more. There's lots of little checkboxes there, so head over to adafruitdaily.com and you can check those out. Every Monday is the CircuitPython meeting. This Monday it happened at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Every Monday, you can. It happens live in the Discord, Adafruit Discord server under the CircuitPython chat room, and it gets posted as an archive shortly after the afternoon, shortly after. On Mondays, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a great time to chat with the local community, the far wide community all over the world, because it's anything but local. All right, I'm reworking my tabs here. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. And back over to Discord. We made the round trip. We're here. We got minions as well. Thanks, Yanni, for the minions. How about it, Pedro? Anything? Would you like to say some words?
I was going to say how we were going to handle the 100 days of mask wearing. I think we're
that's
right
over.
At the end.
No, that's been over. Last week
it's still going
over.
on here. We're still wearing masks in our own house.
Oh, no.
Like, going on
like giving them for free with orders? That's over.
Yeah, that's
okay,
over.
That was the thing that we were doing. We did really well. We gave up a bunch of them. And
still
if you have
wear your mask
one,
indoors and at, well, here. At ride queues and...
I mean, we wear a mask when we go downstairs to...
That's what I'm trying
not
to
just
get
because,
across.
because there's like,
there's
drywall dust in the
multiple
air.
contractors, and there is a bunch of dust everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Plus, I got like so many cool masks. I have to get my money's worth and wear them all.
Yeah, no, you got it, man. It's all good. Sweet. How should we continue?
Let's go ahead and jump into this week's video.
Oh, I forgot one big one. Sorry. If folks are looking for jobs or your employer and employee, please check out jobs.adafruit.com. You can see all the different jobs that get added kind of on the weekly.
Some
getting
cool
back
ones
into
that got
new
posted.
gigs. Yes. It's loading here. There it is. We got a full-time lecturer position in embedded systems design in Massachusetts. Cool. Tutor. Family. Anyway, check them out. You can create your profile or a job listing for free. And Lamar and PT make sure that nobody spams the site, so you're pretty safe here. Safe spot. Help wanted. Boop, boop. Go. We're good, right?
Yes, just scrolling through the chats. Oh, and Brent reminds us that yes, the daily or the newsletters subscribe to the IoT Monthly.
Yeah, that one's
lots of cool links and
spearheaded
projects
by Brent, so definitely check it out. Get lots of new IoT stuff is happening.
Yeah, for sure. Some of the projects in there definitely going to want to redo. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this week's project video.
Yeah, this week we put together a project video for the FunHouse. So last week, you remember this lovely stand. This week we just needed to do a spotlight video that kind of talks about the FunHouse. I also did a little wall mount too. So this is a little wall mount that works with your standard switch plate. Here in the States, I think it's standard. So that's something that I added to the Learn Guide. So if folks want to download a switch plate and have it mounted directly to your light switch, you can do so. I don't have it's in the video, I don't have a photo of it, but I can show you in Fusion what it looks like. So it is the standard kind of switch plate, and one of the fun things about standard parts like a switch plate is I didn't model this. You can grab standard parts from McMaster-Carr. It is built into Fusion 360. It's been here for a minute. And you can search for all sorts of things that you want to maybe adapt to. So if you're looking for a wall plate, just type in wall plate. You can build your own. You can click on this button and say, give me the step file, and it'll bring it into your design. That way you can reference the mounting holes or the clearances for anything. So that's how I was able to create this.
I have a feeling we're going to have to visit this again if there is
it working?
Part shortages.
Yeah, you can find replacement light switches and whatnot.
Since that seems to be the going theme. What do we have? We have chlorine shortages. We have the outlet box shortages.
That's right.
We have sprinkler shortages. We have the wire shortages. We have, what was the other one? The drywall.
We certainly don't have shortages of issues and problems, is what you're saying. There's no shortages of issues or problems.
Definitely a good place if you can print your own parts with a shortage.
Good point. Yeah, I could totally print a switch plate.
For more uses than just redesigning, how about for just making a part that's not available anymore? Yeah,
so the McMaster-Carr is under the Insert tab. I like to have it inside of my shortcuts, so I just have it right here, McMaster-Carr. You could also assign a key command to it, but yeah, it's very, very sweet.
This is so cool. They have organic stuff like these welding gloves, huh?
I mean, some things don't have models, right? Because this is more of a catalog to buy, but you know, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, like goggles. I think you could do goggles. Let's see if they have any model guide. We're going way off track now. Like, let me get a 3D model of a goggle. But anyway, that's what I got for you folks. So if you go over to the Learn Guide, we can see I added some STLs in the CAD source. Where the is it? I guess it's under the FunHouse 3D printed stand. There's a CAD page. And there's a button right here that says wall mount, CAD source, and wall mount STL file. So if you want to modify or just print the STL, it's good to go. No support's needed. Yada yada. Yeah, I've also added it to Thingiverse, but I don't have the site open, so it's all good. But that's kind of the update to this. Just getting this little wall plate out there. Yeah.
Yeah, you can get an acrylic one. But if you want to print your own, and again,
you can laser cut this if you want to. You can make an SVG out of it.
Yeah.
It's just 3 millimeters thick. Not much to it. Standard wall plate. Yes. Cool. And check out the video if you want to know more about the FunHouse. It's pretty straightforward video though. Some fun shots.
So just reading some of the part shortages here.
Oh, things like, a whole list of things that is just like, really? I can't get bubblegum? Like, what's going on?
All right, so you wanted to do a quick little going over the guide on some of these?
No, I already did. Yeah. What else do you want to do? You want to jump into the prototype?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got more to prototype than than this week's project. Like, we're starting new projects. So, do we go to what are we prototyping next?
Mm-hmm.
All right, what are you prototyping? Pedro, I guess it starts with you because you're next week. You got your.
This is pretty much done.
It's pretty much done. We're wrapping up the video.
Yeah. So it's the
Summarize.
Case for the Trinkey. Trinkey.
Can
Finalized.
I show this? The NeoTrinkey.
Yay!
It's a jellyfish.
So we're going to be doing a bunch of the cases for all of these, trying to match the use case for these. So nice little key chainable link there, so none of your parts get popped off as you're wearing it as a keychain. And of course, as we've shown before, it is a capacitive touch little guy here, and we have some conductive filament on the top here, so you can reroute your pads. Just giving people idea for what you can do with conductive filament that we do have in stock in the shop if you want to pick up some rolls and experiment with some of that. So super useful, practical use of 3D printing for electronics with the use of this conductive filament. You have your built-in button here, print in place, and it makes an excellent little flashlight. All snap fit together parts. Pop this out. You can see all of the parts just snap fit together. So that'll be out next week. Yay! Yay! We continue with doing all of the cases for all the Trinkeys. Yep. I think you want to show the keyboard, just because it's like I think everybody's favorite so far because it has that Pumbaa-like characteristics of this sweet little boar.
Yeah, let me see if I can replace it again.
Oh, sorry. That was ready.
It was not.
I'll ignore I said any of that. Okay.
I have to now. Keep the audience entertained.
Just looking at the comments here. Yeah, if you make it yourself, you will be better off. Especially if you want to match your wall colors for whatever room that you want to add that faceplate on.
Look how adorable this warthog is. It's so great.
It's
like a
Pumbaa's cyber cousin.
Yeah, cyber cousin.
We need a Timon now.
Yeah, that's great. Great job, Bruce Yan, who is our creative art director that does all of the character designs and artwork for Adafruit. Shout out, Bruce.
Very, very lovely.
Very cool. All right, so that's the NeoTrinkey.
One of the other things you're prototyping is the Rotary NeoTrinkey.
Yes, so check out the Rotary. Let's get the name right. So this is the QT Rotary Encoder with Stemma QT, right?
Yes,
QT. It's a cute rotary, so QT Rotary.
I've heard it referred to as just the Rotary Stemma.
Yeah, there's lots of little nicknames for it, but this is a really fun little board that handles it handles using a rotary encoder with your microcontroller, and it has built-in smarts. It has a built-in NeoPixel. So you can daisy chain them together and create a really fun project with a bunch of rotary encoders. So it's making it easier to use these in projects. So I have a 3D model of it. This shows the board and the rotary encoder itself. And so I put this together because I'm working on updating a previous project that you might remember. So let me show you folks that project. A couple years ago, Pedro actually worked on this one, the media dial. So this is a CircuitPython project. It uses a Trinkey M0 and it's just a rotary encoder and a NeoPixel ring, a 16 NeoPixel ring to create this really fun media dial that you can use for like volume control, consumer controls, HID controls, that sort of thing.
Perfect for scrolling or in Photoshop for zooming in.
Yeah, so I'd like to update this with the new with the new QT Rotary. So it's something that I'm starting to work on. I guess I could show that right here. This is it here. So let's go in Fusion just to kind of look at what we got cooking. All right, so let me get my 3D mouse out so I can rotate and stuff. Yeah, so this is kind of what I'm putting together. I have the NeoPixel ring floating on top there. I have kind of a case started. I'm working on this little adapter board so that I can add mounting holes to the QT Py. So that's been So that's something that you can both CNC mill, but also have a service like Oshpark or DigiKeyRed make a PCB for you. But it is a really simple PCB. Because the RP2040 QT Py has so many components at the bottom, I created this giant cutout for it, and hopefully that is like okay. We'll see, right? But the idea is that you would solder this, surface mount this to this little adapter board, and then the adapter board has these two M3 holes, because mounting holes are super awesome when you want to make a real good secure mount to your enclosure or whatnot. So that's all this thing is. Yeah, it just adds these two mounting holes to it, right? So that's neat. And then the actual knob bit will be mounted here at the bottom, and then I'll have like some sort of retainer that kind of fits over here that will have like the little mounting holes. And then I'll figure out what to do with this ring, but that's sort of what I'm thinking. There is a built-in NeoPixel already on the Rotary encoder, but I really like the idea of having the NeoPixel ring be the indicator for where you are positional-wise, like where the position of your thing might be, whether it's volume or something else. It's a good visual indicator. Yeah, so that's what I got going on so far. There is there's still some work being done in the CircuitPython library, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's forthcoming stuff. Because right now we have a library in demo code for Arduino using this Seesaw library for Arduino. And if you haven't, so you can see this in action on JP's product pick of the week. I think it was either last week or the week before.
Yep, it was on Tuesday? Yesterday?
Yeah. So you can get the 3D model. I've linked it to the product page, which I did have at one point. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah, just type in QT Rotary, and there she is. Yeah, and the Learn Guide is fairly new as well, so you can check out the Learn Guide and get started with the Arduino demo code. All right. Well, there is some CircuitPython stuff here. Never mind, there is a CircuitPython example. It must have got added like yesterday. So that's awesome. I'm gonna play with this today. Like I really want to get on this one. Cool. Yay. Cool. We got a fritzing part object. That's great. Yeah. So here's the schematic, and here's the 3D model that I have there, all linked. And let me circle back to check out the GitHub repo if you haven't. This is where we keep all of our 3D models. Yeah. So if you want to give that a star, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you to all the folks that have, contributed to it and whatnot. But yeah, that's the GitHub CAD parts repo. New addition to a library of funness.
Quick suggestion from Vince asking if the QT Py, the holder, can you just 3D print it so you can just free solder to the board, or do you need to bring the pinouts out? Do you really need to bring those pinouts out?
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, we could bring out the pinouts. That would change the shape of the board. I did start working on a version that wouldn't have a breakout. Problem is with 3D printing it, like how are you how are you securing it? What secures this is solder, like straight up solder, whatever you want to call it.
You could make the little,
you see what I'm saying? Like,
the corners snap into it, like we've done in the past.
You can't do that with a PCB.
Oh, that's what he's saying. Just 3D print it.
So it just keeps popping out for me, and like it's not a secure connection. Like you can even see like
based on
this is based on like maybe it's because I'm plugging it in all the time. I have to learn. I have to do a learn guide. I have to film. I have to plug it in 100 times, and the tolerances get loose. And you can literally see it popping off in the show and tell. Like I'll make an argument here. My case is like it's just not a good solution.
Yeah, I've seen it. Just my little corners pop off when you. Snap
like
it on.
here's the deals. Here's the realness, right? Look what I've done to kind of fix that. I just straight up, stuck it there. because there's no real way to secure it. And if you put snaps on this front and on the back,
You're going to cover up
you're,
some of the
you're going to
panels.
break your PCB, and I've already done that.
Yeah, that's
and here's the solution that I came up with, is to surface mount solder this thing. So that's what's making the secure connection. I could rework it so that the bottom has through-hole plating, so that you can like have the pin outs be on the bottom too.
That's
so you
a good
can.
idea.
So we'll probably end up doing that, because like I feel like that would give you
Make it more universal.
Yeah, and like look at this, right? Like I even fine-tuned the design, because like what's the smallest capable case that I can fit the cutie pie? And it turned out being the lemon. So in the lemon, I've already retrofitted the bottom with the new cutie pie, and it just fits. Like it just barely has clearance right there for the skin, the outer skin. So like I've been tweaking it, you know, and then the bottom, you can see here that there's enough room for like the wiring to come through, depending on how tall you want your standoff to be. But yeah, with this kind of method, it'll be way more secured. I can kind of hide the skin here, just to show how that kind of fits in there. And that's ideally how I want to secure it, right? I have a screw come through the bottom of the cover, and then these hex nuts would kind of secure it in place. And I'm making sure I have clearance between the hex nut and these pads. You don't want to short anything out. You could use plastic screws, but I tend to use metal screws. And yeah, that's what I got there for the cutie pie. So just like testing it out, making sure that it fits in different projects is something that is a good tip, I guess. I don't know. Cool.
And it says, oh yeah, the plug-in force. Yeah, it's something I didn't see in the Lego ones that I made, because it was all stemma cables that I was plugging in.
Right. It is about stress and how much force you're applying to it. And yeah, with it being surface mounted with solder, you'll have a really good secured PCB.
Just put all the links for all of the downloads, like the
Excellent,
GitHub
yeah.
3D library. All the chats here.
Cool. Yeah, and we have 3D models of these PCBs. So the cutie pie, it's got lots, nice and dense 2-layer board. We got the itsy bitsy RP2040 as well. And then the, of course, Feather RP2040 with an updated silk screen.
Which I think came back in stock yesterday.
What? That's awesome. That's my favorite feather right now, the RP2040 Feather. Yeah. You for sure.
All right. Looking
Yeah,
at the
really
notes
stuff.
here, I think.
Yeah, I'm ready for Lair Belair.
Let's go ahead and jump into the Lair Belair.
Lair Belair sneak peek. Oh no, I don't have the thing anymore. Lair Belair sneak peek. So this is really cool. We want to give a shout out to Data13 on Twitter, who shared this technique for creating 2D drawings of 3D PCBs. So Delta 13 downloaded a step file of one of Arturo's PCBs, and he used Fusion 360 to create these really awesome technical drawings. It's actually fairly easy to create technical drawings in Fusion 360 if you have a 3D model. So every board that I have can be turned into this fun 2D thing. So that's how I came up with these. I've been kind of playing around with the vectors that are outputted, that are exported from Fusion, and then bringing it into a graphics editing program like Adobe's Illustrator or Inkscape. You can tweak the stroke, the colors, and the style so that you can do some interesting things, like how about plotting the artwork on a nice cardstock? So if you're doing like a custom gift card or something that stationery wise, this could be an interesting technique. I hardly use the pin plotter feature in the vinyl cutter here. This is a Cricut vinyl cutter, by the way, but you can. Most of the commercial vinyl cutters have built-in pen plotting, or you could use like the AxiDraw, a DIY kit. So this is really fun. I got just video of it plotting this out, and I learned a lot of things about working with the vectors exported out of Fusion. So what I'd like to do is just kind of create a layer by layer tutorial where I talk about some of the shortcomings, pitfalls, some things that I learned, some things that didn't work, and the things that did work. Yeah, and I'm also probably going to try to make a T-shirt. Like, you can optimize these vectors so that they're thick, and then you can explode the outline so that it can be cut with a vinyl cutter, so that you can create a T-shirt, which is what I want to do. I think it'd be really cool.
So what I want to do is have like the pretty pins on the front, so you have like all the pinouts for a specific board, and then have those on the back.
Yeah,
be very nice. And of course, do some posters or something.
Yeah, some posters would be really great. So shout out to Data13 for kind of starting this up. And if folks are like, well, what about like open source software? I always hear somebody say, what about KiCad and what about FreeCAD? Well, because Delta 13 posted this tweetorial, someone else made a tweetorial on using FreeCAD and KiCad, yeah. So how awesome! Like, there it is. So you can check that out. I have a link to this tweet in the description. You can check it out. So shout out to folks for collaborating on that one. I'm just trying to do something creative with the artwork, right? So yeah, that's I think what I'll do for the next layer by layer. Just a little bit of a sneak preview, and then the actual things are right here. Like, these are just scrap pieces of paper, but they're really clean lines, right? And what I found was, like, a pin plotter, you know, it's plotting every little line. So the more data you give it, the harder it's going to take. So something like this, if I were to plot this, it'd take probably an hour or two. I printed this on just an inkjet printer. It took 2 seconds. So it's really about, like, what do you want to do with the artwork? Do you just want to print it on a white piece of paper? That's cool. Or if you want to do this, it's a little bit more complicated because it just takes a little bit longer.
One of the other considerations too is the Cricut can plot on larger, longer pieces of paper. So if we wanted to do that, I would still plot that particular, you know.
Yeah, I would still plot it. Yeah, and there's a lot of things. Like I said in the tutorial, I'm going to talk about some of the things that you can do to optimize the vectors, because there's like 100 vias here. So you can go through them, clean them up, or optimize it. Yeah, so that's what I got. These 3 pieces of paper. Yep.
One of the other things that you used this for was making a coloring book for the kids.
Yeah,
so
I took the Adafruit E is for Electronics coloring book. Comes as a PDF. You can bring those PDFs and, you know, tweak it so that you can cut it up or plot it out. So that's fun. So yeah, playing around with the plotter and your vinyl cutter is fun. I don't really have a suggestion for vinyl cutter. They're all kind of
whatever works.
Yeah, I can't be like, yeah, definitely get the Cricut because everyone loves it. Cool. Okay, well, we'll see. Yes.
Some of the suggestions are cool celebration cards, mesmerizing satisfaction of watching your CNC work. Yeah,
it is nice.
You could definitely take that onto a piece of acrylic.
Yeah, or you could laser cut this. I don't have a laser cutter, so yeah.
Yes.
Laser cutting this on acrylic or anything would be neat too.
Mr. Certainly Bruce is saying a car decal. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, a car decal. Yep. Yeah. So I'll play around with it more and see what other kind of fun creative outlets we can do with it.
Yeah, like
but that's what I got so far. I got just, you know, plot it out. It's fun.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into this week's
Community Makes.
Yeah.
So every Tuesday we do a time-lapse video. We find a fun design from the community, and they're over there. And this week it's a foldable print-in-place box by Casio 3D.
Yeah, this is a very good...
Cisco 3D. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is a really good way to test out your tolerances, because holy crap, I cannot believe this came out so good with all that stringing that you see in that time lapse there. still folding. All of the hinges came out, didn't fall apart, didn't like fuse together, and I am just like mesmerized by the way that the like origami style type of way that you can print a box to have the completely collapsible when not in use, I guess. Here it is. This is a nice little way to store any components. A lot of people were commenting on that they want to put some Adafruit parts on it, which is awesome way to sort of organize some of your parts. But yeah, check out just how cool it is to be able to look at something like this and try to design something like this for yourself in terms of having all of this fold out origami style. The sides collapse on each other and then the bottoms fold onto the walls. They have this nice little snap, little nubs that snap into place. And same thing with the top here. Snap in like that and have a nice secure structure for when you have the box mode. And one of the cool things too is that they are stackable as well. I have this other one here. So I have these all snap, and then there's these little indents, like raised parts that snap into the indents on the bottom.
Sweet. So they're keyed.
Yeah, they're keyed.
There we go.
They snap in like that.
That's great.
They don't hold on, but they do
it's a
have,
groove that just keeps them from slipping.
Which is so cool.
Yeah, this is great. Like Pedro said, if you are looking to design some print-in-place hinges, well, this shows you a hinge in every orientation.
Yeah.
On the bottom, on the top, on the side. So it really shows how do I, like this one thing shows you every possible way to make a hinge in every orientation, which is super critical when you're designing something for FDM.
And one of the other cool things that I liked about it is it's the way it's saving on material by having these hexagonal like patterns.
Right. Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, just to save on material. Sure.
The other things too is like clearance for the hinges, like you said, as well as how thick or how thin you can make these parts so they don't like break apart or fall apart while printing or with actual use. And I think these would scale up pretty good if you like blew this up like 500% or whatever. I think this would still work. But yeah, nice, satisfying click in place.
Click in place.
You can see why this was pretty popular.
Yeah, let me bring up the web page.
I think this was on Cults.
On Cults.
And I don't, was it free?
Cisco?
No, not free.
Yeah, it costs $1.20.
$1.
It's fine.
Definitely
it's
worth
really
it for checking out just the way that this is designed. And like I said again, I didn't have to do any tweaks on the sort of the horizontal expansion or any like compensation for that. It prints pretty perfect.
Yeah, you use like this PLA that's ultra silky PLA.
Yeah,
or whatever.
this is it's like a metallic rainbow. This is, and these come in not just this size. I think you might have photos of it. I should have had those
different
ready.
sizes.
There are several different shapes and sizes, as you can kind of see there.
Oh,
There's
I like
ones
the
with the honeycomb, one without.
So you get your money's worth. Excellent.
You get a bunch of different designs. Yeah. There's like a tall one.
Yeah, I like the like the hexagon like adds a lot of visual clutter to me. So I like this the simplicity of it because then I can just focus on the hinges. This one here.
And if you still want that, you have one where they are like sort of embossed or embedded in there without punching all the way through.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. So check it out. Yeah, we have a link in the description if you want to check it out, or just search for Foldabox container. You can get that on Cults 3D.
Skinny Fish is saying, bummer, not free.
Yeah,
but definitely worth the $1.20.
It's good to promote folks, so they get paid for their art, man.
Yeah. So definitely took a lot of trial and error to get this to work.
So would you say this is like first try printer?
That was first try.
No with horizontal compensation?
Yeah, with during the time lapses, the nozzle has to move away, and you do have a lot of stringing and leakage from the nozzle as it's moving out of the way to take a. It's like a it's a pretty long exposure for the camera to take, so it has to chill for quite a while. And even with all that, it printed very well.
It's like a basket.
And then this one is the glitter purple PLA. Not printed with a time lapse, so you can definitely see the difference in terms of how much cleaner it does look when you don't run a time lapse on it.
Sweet. So check that out. And
This again is the what does he call it?
Foldabox.
Foldabox.
Yeah.
Nice name.
Foldabox. Yeah, simple, nice name. All right.
Got a couple more community makes?
No,
think?
we did. That's it. No,
Oh.
none this week, other than just our Timelapse Tuesday. But folks, feel free to share anything. You can pin us directly at any of our social channels. Yeah, all those are from the weeks we've caught up.
Okay.
So it's good. Some weeks are like that, you know. It's amazing that every week we had like a community make every week, and this is one of the weeks where hey, folks are, you know, going on vacation. Folks are relaxing. Folks are preparing for other things,
to
getting
the
back.
normalization of everything.
Preparing things. So it's totally fine.
Yay! All right, I think that's gonna be it
but
for
tonight
this.
we're going on the show and tell. So if you have anything you want to share, I really want to see what you're working on. So tonight, 7:30 p.m. Every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. we do, as seen, the show and tell. We hosted last week. This week, Lamar and Phil are back.
They are not back. It is an unboxing.
No, they're doing show and tell.
Sure. No. I'm sorry. I thought you were moving on to the next thing.
They're
Yes.
doing show and
Yes,
tell.
that is
But
correct.
instead of Ask an Engineer that normally happens at 8 p.m., we have a special unboxing with JP. JP, I don't have a picture of you here, but you can just imagine JP. There's kind of a picture of him, but that's for Tuesday. But he will be doing a very special unboxing, and we'll be hanging out in the Discord chat room so we can all chat about what kind of cookiness is going on.
Took a sneak peek at the preview.
We did. It's
Do
quite
not
fun.
want to miss this. So definitely tune in
Wholesome.
tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time
Adabox.
for Adabox unboxing with John Pollard.
Live with John. Cool. So that's Wednesday, and then tomorrow JP's back
at it again.
Is he back at it again? I think
believe
so.
so.
Yeah. So let us know, John. So Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, check in with JP. And then Fridays is Deep Dives with Scott every 2 p.m. Pacific Time or 5 p.m. Eastern Time. There's a Friday live stream. And then on Sundays, from the desk of Lady Ada, working on some new stuff. Mondays are CircuitPython meetings. Tuesdays, JP's product pick of the week. We do this show on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time.
Right when all the mowers come out to play.
Every single time. But hey, you know what? Of course, we have zero audio issues. So what is something we can't control? The noise outside. Like, listen to that. That is quite a few decibels. So anyway, we appreciate all hanging
I like
out
that
with
there's
us.
2 leaf. In addition to 2 leaf
two
blowers,
blowers, yeah.
they have that giant car that you ride around with the huge fan.
A writable heat fan blower.
And like these giant like excavators, and you can see like in the.
All right, we're closing it down. All right, folks.
Follow us on the socials. I post
hope-
all the stuff there.
Thank
if
you.
wanna
Yeah.
See what
Hope to see you
craziness
tonight on
that's
Show and
going
Tell.
on.
You know, we'll see you folks tonight on Show and Tell.
We'll be there every week.
Yeah. So thanks everybody for joining. We'll see you next week. But until then, remember to make a great day.
See you later tonight, folks.
Bye, folks.
Bye.